Good afternoon and welcome to the live studios of Independent Television. Of course, every week, every Thursday, we assemble panelists, guests of repute who dissect and comment on national issues. This week's edition promises to be educative, exciting, and of course, I must assure you that our guests are fully prepared to comment on the national issue that we have to do on the program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Erosa Agbonlao. It's a delight to have you spend your 60 minutes with us on the program. I have with me in the studio a very, very respected former chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress Edo State Chapter and a renowned clergyman and an analyst who comment on national issues. Reverend Olu Adedigbiwe, nice to have you with us today.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Okay. We also have with us our legal practitioner and, of course, a law lecturer, Professor Joe Odion. Nice to have you with us today.
Good afternoon, Good afternoon, viewers. It's good to be back. Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay. We have with us a social media influencer, very popular on the social media. He's also a clergyman. And he also knows the political terrain because he leads the youths. Welcome, Apostle Kesi Chukwu, on the program today.
Viewers, Happy New Year. It's nice to be back again.
It's really your first time this year, Apostle Kesi Chukwu. And I know that your fans would have missed you so much, just like Reverend Olu Adedigbiwe, you know. So, today's program, we'll be looking at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his administration, and how his administration has tackled insecurity. Insecurity has become a monster. Insecurity has become a recurrent decimal. We've analyzed these issues before. But because we have a new president who, in one of his public statements, assured Nigerians and said, and I quote, "Don't pity me, oh." That was the word. In other words, he was aware of the task before his inauguration as president of Nigeria. As I speak to you, insecurity has displaced Nigerians from their homelands. The FCT is threatened because of insecurity in the suburb, in some communities nearby. In Plateau State, they are just settling down after the uproar and the massacre. The issue of kidnapping has become a problem. A lot of issues with insecurity. The Northeast used to be what we talk about, but now we talk about insecurity virtually in almost every part of the country. The most disturbing recently was the murder of two kings from the western parts of Nigeria. While they were returning from a meeting, they were attacked and killed. And that has made Nigerians to comment. The governor of Ogun State, Makinde, has made a public statement by reiterating the fact that it is just the time for Nigeria to accept the issue of state police. On that premise, I will be starting my discussion with a veteran labor leader and a man that knows the nitty-gritty of this country, Reverend Olu Adedigbiwe. Now, looking at insecurity, looking at President Bola Tinubu, are you satisfied with what his administration has done to tackle insecurity?
Well, thank you, Kausa. I am not happy the way the nation is going. We are already somersaulting. And the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what will the righteous do? The foundation of this country has been destroyed. And what are the things or the cause or causes of destruction? Injustice, corruption, and a Milocon spirit. A Milocon means it's my turn. We are already be ushering to the turn of rascality, the turn of killing, armed robbery, no fuel, and many other things. So this government, they are still sleeping. And when he was not a president, he was more active. He was like a driver driving a vehicle, and the passenger started pushing the man out. Can't you see the hole? But when such a passenger become a driver, he will know that it is not easy. The man was vibrating. They coerced Jonathan and many other things. Now is his turn. I've not seen any Nigeria that is happy or clapping for him. I am not a party man. I'm a man of God, and that I am in the country. The country is destroyed because one, the foundation be destroyed in the sense, how did he come in? Was there any applause when he became a president? Out of 30 people, maybe 2 will be happy. The remaining 28, they are not happy because of what is happening. The situation in Nigeria now that people are witnessing it. Somebody is celebrating a party, and the people were the soup in which they were quickly to give to their guests. Armed robber came and carried the soup away. It's of recent. So can imagine, corruption has eaten deep, as I was informed, thank God for the Nigerian social media, that even the president have oil well. So what are we now talking about? Before he came in his campaign, himself and his wife go to me. He said they have enough money for themselves. But unfortunately now, the budget first lady is not in the constitution. The money in which the first lady repair our office is enough for a state to pass their budget. And then even the president himself. So you can imagine that things are not going well. And like you have a fish, you start it from the head, and if the head is rotting, your body is finished. So the last president was half in the country, half abroad, because nowhere. It was advisors that began to run the nation. That is why corruption was swelling up like football. So himself is here as our president. Good luck to him. I did not vote for him anyway, but he's my president. I have to congratulate him. But also, like he has traveled to France. Why can't he tell the nation I'm not well? I want to see my doctor. So this type of deceit is giving us problem. And the impact of corruption, if National House of Assembly can have prayer in their bank account, so we in our own bank account, you see costs we are having. And the people now begin to make noise. Sympathizers begin to cry more than believe. The excuse they gave the National House of Assembly member, whether honorable or senator, what you call them, they said they bought a car, bulletproof car, for 300-something million because our road is not good. Why are they there? Are they not for the purpose of the masses? To repair the road, to legislate on infrastructure? So how do you feel? And the situation where one of the ministers was spraying dollars, and almost, in fact, I think they accuse her of about 800-something million or billion. They are part of this government. Where did you see such a money? Most of them in the key position. I was told that one of the minister of health was out to return 50 billion, something like that. And how do we go from there? So you can ride a car, I am trekking. You are a senator, your wife go and buy plantain in the market in the same price. My own wife, come, professor wife, went to market. There's no hunger, there's no handwriting of hunger on the head. So I will react. That is why we are having this problem, because we now have Kidnapping Nigeria Limited. Where government begin to negotiate with bandits. Is that the government? You are now giving approval.
But they've denied it.
No, they can't. What of a man who came out that is helping the government, interceding between government and bandit? He did not hide it. So where are we going from here? So if we see security matter in Nigeria, can never stop. As far as a limited liability. If you find out the police or soldiers who are supposed to be part of us to fight in our side, they too, they are accomplished. So unless we have to be, prayer cannot solve it. I'm a man of God. Your action will solve it. Action. Whoever is in charge. It is when you have action, then the Bible says, I will bless the work of your hand. It did not say I will bless you like that. It is what you are doing that God wants to bless. Unless we take action, our leader knows that really they are leading the people and the people are hungry. And when there is hunger, but the crime is inevitable. So I think
thank you, sir.
We should go in this aspect.
We'll come back to you, sir. Yeah. We'll come back to you. Actually, we must admit, we've read about reports of some security personnel sacked for involvement in armed robbery in Ogun State. So it's really disheartening that those who are supposed to
guide us,
secure Nigerians, are now being accused of complicity in crime. It's a terrible situation. But we have Professor Job Ojon with us, and he will be giving us his opening remarks on the administration of President Bola Tinubu in terms of tackling insecurity. What's your impression, Prof?
Okay, thank you very much, Ngosa. And when you know what Bishop has admirably said, there are a lot of issues that you can canvas or reasons why you have this myriad of insecurity problems in the country.
Yeah.
And like you rightly observed, we've discussed this repeatedly on this platform. To my knowledge, and I know a lot of other platforms have discussed this. A lot of security experts have come with different suggestions and all that. But one thing we need to note is that we had hoped that with these administrations coming on board and the appointment of the NSA, no Ribadu with his sterling pedigree and profile from the EFCC days, we also had expected more from him in terms of intelligence gathering, being proactive and being preventive. Because we have always said here that the key to insecurity, key to addressing security problems in the country is should be more of intelligence gathering, being proactive and then be preventive, instead of being reactive and curative. And so when you have somebody whose job was to investigate, crimes, financial crimes, because financial crimes are the most difficult crimes you can investigate and prosecute. And so knowing how he did very well in that saddle when he was there, we thought that he would reject that office so that you can have more of intelligence gathering. Because these kidnappers are not spirits, they are not flying in the moon and what have you. So you can always check them, profile them. Most of the transactions they do are online. They have an NIN, they've done NIN, they have BVN. So you have a lot of electronic means to track these persons, to get them arrested. So that if you get one or two persons arrested and you're able to trace the funds they collect by way of ransom, even if they collect cash, they must spend it somehow. And they must have studio accounts they use. So he has not helped in that respect. And because he couldn't do well, or he has not done well, it has also rubbed off for this administration, feeling abysmally in terms of security issues. And then we look at the service chiefs and the CDS and all that. Again, the man rejected it. When Buhari was the previous president, he kept saying,
change the service chiefs.
I think that was going to be the magic wand, it was the mantra almost everywhere. And he did his own before he left. But now this president has brought in his own team, fresh hands, and not just fresh, very young hands, because look at their class in the ND, and these are young persons who you expect more from. But they are also failing abysmally too, because you see the level of insecurity at the Abuja, the FCT. It's no longer safe. People can come and kidnap somebody in his house in the FCT, even though they claim it's suburbs. So FCT is a territory. It's not about Abuja itself. The whole of Buhari, all those neighboring areas in the FCT, they are all supposed to be maximally secure. It's a territory. It's like going to the Washington DC. The entire Washington is a cocoon. You can't penetrate it. Not going to the Capitol Hill or even the White House. They're not negotiable. So for me, this administration has failed abysmally because the issues that were canvassed, issues of religion, issues of northern or south divide that were linked to the previous government has been a cause of insecurity. We used to have those catchphrases, which I don't want to repeat here for want of decency. But those catchphrases that we used to bandy as a cause of insecurity, tying to the particular ethnic group. This man, for goodness sake, cannot claim that he doesn't know all this, and you cannot say that somebody is there protecting those persons as it were, because he's not one of them, at least officially or obviously. So he cannot pretend not to say that the issues are overwhelming.
Okay.
And then, so he needs to do more. I'm sure as we progress, we can say, we can remind ourselves of what needs to be done.
Okay, but before I allow Apostle Kezi Chiku to make his comments, you need to comment on it, because you are also having a relationship with the judiciary.
Yeah, of course,
now, recently we heard of kidnapping in Abuja.
Yes.
And the police, the president gave a directive that these persons must be arrested.
Yes.
And we saw the efficiency of the Nigerian police.
Yes.
They started arresting them.
Yes, they arrested one of them.
Yeah, they arrested one of them,
yes,
who confessed.
Yes,
now, the question is, the lawyers, the judiciary, are they really helping the executive? Are they really helping the fight against insecurity? Because we understand that some of these persons are arrested, taken to court. Sometimes they are granted bail. If somebody has confessed that he committed a crime, is he supposed to be granted bail? Is he not supposed to face the law like that? Maybe you need to clear the air on this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, before Apostle will comment.
Thank you. I will try that way. I think first thing I need to clarify that some of these information about people being released and need to be properly documented, instead of verified, to be verified. But I can assure you that if the judiciary that I know is also doing the right thing, or we expect to do the right thing, kidnapping, for all that I know, most of the states, those states, kidnapping is not a capital offense. Capital offense. Some states have, when I say capital, it's death by hanging. The least you can have is life imprisonment. Even under the old law, you want to call the penal code and the criminal code, there will only be life imprisonment. It's not a misdemeanor, a small offense where you grant bail. So ordinarily, no court will grant bail for offense of kidnapping, murder, and armed robbery. Ordinarily, it's not even possible. They are usually remanded in prison custody.
I'm sure that is a prof opinion.
No, not opinion.
But you are saying the law. But what is going on? Let us say
I'm coming there. So just
it's not right.
Be patient. I'm giving you what ought to be and what is. Just calm down so I can get. It's sort of some level of education for our viewers. So those offenses are not bailable. But if persons are being granted bail at the point of the police investigation, because that is where it is. Because when they are arrested, like I know as a matter of fact by my practice, that before they get to court, a lot of these persons make a lot of efforts to get what we call administrative bail at the level of the police or wherever. Because once they get to court, it's go straight. It's to the prison command. So for that, it's not an issue that judges will grant bail to capital offense, except on serious health grounds. Even as Sari Dokubo's case is a live example. So it's not good for us to speculate, and so there may be some underhand tactics. Let me also bring it to speed. You recall when this issue of arrest was broadcasted, one of the suspects offered the DPO 1 million.
Yes.
I was told that the DPO
refused
it for whatever reason. Now that is how it happens. If that DPO are taking that 1 million, that guy will not be arrested.
But one of that from DPO also that was removed in Edo State for abating with armed robbers.
You just mentioned Ogun State. Let's take this thing one hour. There's a systemic discussion. Now that is an isolated incident. So now when you now dovetail to other states, other DPOs, so that if you have 30 DPOs and only one is honest, you are about to have it.
Okay, thank you for that.
So let me just go back to the street.
Yes.
And continue that mayhem. But the law as it is, as it ought to be applied, you can't talk about bail for capital offense like kidnapping, armed robbery, and murder. If you're talking about corruption cases, which is not a capital offense, that's a different thing. So to say cause grant bail, we talk about amnesty. Yes, government has given amnesty to so-called terrorists and the rest that are being recycled. It's a different thing altogether. Okay,
and I think you've cleared the air. But let's get the opening remarks of Apostle Kezi Chiku. Looking at President Bola Tinubu, we have to start from the basis. Are you impressed with the way this administration is tackling insecurity? We've seen arrests. We must commend the Nigerian police. We've seen arrests. That's good. But are you satisfied?
Thank you, Egosa. You know, I said it just now that Prof will always come here and defend.
that was before we entered the studio. But he has not defended government. He has not really told us the state of the law.
Because if we want this discussion,
it's not to be educated.
Okay, go on.
Let's not make it personal. When we come to educate people, we are here for millions of viewers. It's not an in-house discussion. Sorry,
exactly.
It's not an in-house discussion.
Yes.
So when we come here, let us educate people. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Otherwise, when I am invited, I will say I'm busy and will come.
now, if we want this discussion to be smooth, let's forget the judiciary. Because number one, the judiciary has failed Nigerians. They are not worth calling in this issue. They are even worse.
Okay, so go to the issue of...
Is the issue I'm going now? Because if the foundation is destroyed, what will the righteous do? Because the judiciary is the hope for the common man. So if the judiciary is not meeting up to standard, what do you now expect? Anybody can go to street and kidnap and go there. After they will tell you as you are entering the court, you see a woman that tied his eye. They will tell you that even though you kill somebody in his presence, he is not aware that anything happened. You should go to court and prove that someone was actually killed. Not that they don't know that this thing is wrong, but if you don't have a good lawyer that can stand to defend the truth, you will be discovered that even the accused will become free, and the person who brought accused will become a victim. Reverend said something today. I must appreciate my first time sitting with him.
Okay.
I've always watched him from afar.
Yes.
He said Nigeria has turned to kidnapping company limited. There are governments who are heading this group. I can tell you.
We can't substantiate that.
Yes, you can't. But I can tell you that 5 minutes drive away from here, you know it's not safe at night. From where you are now, it's not safe.
Not night.
Killing are going on every day. We have government here. Let's start from Edo State here. We have government here, and somebody will come and kill broad daylight, and will move every day in Edo State. Now we have a record of not since 4 months now. We have been recording 4 deaths in Edo State. You come, they say a certain group are fighting a certain group. You come and kill. Nothing is being done. Nobody is being arrested. Nobody is being brought to book. Now let's go to the president. One, when the foundation is already faulty, how you got to position is not clear, and people, you want to bring people to limelight to say you are wrong. They will point at you. If you are wrong, you are right, because the way you came in was very wrong. Look at the killing, the kidnapping going on. It does not take government 5 minutes. If you want to know, let somebody who is very important be kidnapped in this state. I can tell you that 5 minutes they will trace those people. But because there are people who are already benefiting from this kidnapping, well, it's a very big business. It's a very big business, and people are investing into it. You will see the last time they caught a man who was going fufu and good egusi soup with beef and fish. He was going to give kidnappers. They caught them. Or are we going to talk about if you as a leader started telling a security officer to do a job for you? Look at the one that happened recently, where a policeman stopped somebody and kidnapped the person, collected 30 million naira from the person. If not that the DPO took an action and they traced the POS girl and tell the POS girl not to transfer any money. That was how they caught the 3 suspects. Thank God for the Nigeria police. It came out, and the 3 people were involved were members of the Nigeria police. And you think we are safe? You think we can see Nigeria police on the road? They will tell us to park. If we have any space to escape, we will not escape. Because we just pray that you are not driving. One day there's 200,000 by your seat, and a security person will stop you and see the 200,000. He will not tell somebody that open at 200 days they won't waste this guy won't come on here. What do they? We don't see 200,000 is 1 month. If they are paid well, who will? If there is job, who will go and practice courtesy? if you are working in the bank, will you not leave the bank and carry rifle and go and shoot somebody at all? Because the government has failed.
Are you tracing it to unemployment now?
Yes.
That's the point you're making now.
Yes.
Unemployment.
Exactly. The government has failed. No job. You meet a man that is hungry and you are telling the man there's a business, even though the business is illegal. You tell your wife, I say it's kidnapping. Go say you go die for hunger. Now we tell the survival, now we tell the ball. You go say, eh? So like if you follow us go, if you get like 2 million, and you are talking to a man who have not seen 100,000 for the past 5 years, and you're telling you give him 2 million, why would the person not go? Why are we seeing our Nigerian police not competing with Yahoo boys who they are arresting, driving BB cars, even the EFCC, DSS? You see the kind of car they drive, and nobody is calling them to ask them question. How did you get money to buy a car of 250 million? They are living in a big house. We have seen a situation where people is being assassinated. People, the one we are seeing now is the one that God exposed them. What about the one nobody know? The family say travel, they have not heard from their brother, they have not do anything. So people will go collect people money. They say, if we let this person go, we expose us. They fire the person there. That's the end. The grand and the person, the case is closed. If Nigeria, Nigeria security who are supposed to be guiding us, now involved in such a crime, and we keep quiet, we think they don't have leader. For a policeman to go and do such a thing, there is somebody backing them up. In the office, they have somebody who they are remitting to. Not only removing them, they should trace the person they are working under. The person should go for, maybe we'll come for break, we'll continue from.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take a brief break, but before we take a break, I must say that the comments of my guests are their personal opinion and not that of the station. And some of the comments cannot be substantiated here, but the import of the statements made is just to bring to the fore the state of insecurity and the need for government to be proactive and to tackle insecurity so everybody can be safe. We'll take a break now, and my guest will comment further. Okay, it's always a delight to have you back. 60 Minutes Nigeria. And I'm very, very glad that you are spending part of your 60 minutes with us on the program. We're looking at insecurity and how the administration of President Bola Tinubu has failed in terms of tackling insecurity. Right now, so many persons are no longer talking about Jackpa now in terms of economic reasons. They are talking about Jackpa that's living in Nigeria because of insecurity. Some persons are afraid that even if they invest in Nigeria, are they sure that they will not become victims? Because they've been able to invest and probably their business have failed well. It's a big problem. Reverend Luadegbesa, how do we tackle insecurity?
Well, look,
yes.
If you want us to tackle insecurity, first address corruption.
Okay.
If you are coming from Lagos, the moment you get to Ore, you have more than 22 checking points. And thank God they have dropped taking POS now. Police carry POS. But openly, you will see, give me money. They will take the money, and that is it. Openly. How do you want the passenger or the driver, how do you want it to balance his bus? So corruption, unless you can be able to pin down the spirit of corruption. If my information is correct, I know that most of those people on the road, they pay their boss to be on the road so that they can collect belly money. And the same their boss report to the boss. So there is no political will. President is talking about corruption. Vice president is talking about corruption. Governor is talking about corruption. But there is no political will. It's a cancer. Until Tinubu is, like I told you, he was indicted that one of his brother himself directly have oil well. How can he now talk? I know one of the deputy governor in this state has a filling station. So if there's a problem, there's such a deputy governor, will he pray that there will be no scarcity? Because that's the source of the money. Is that not corruption? When Buhari came, they focus on judiciary. They begin to arrest where judge have votes in his house. You see a supermarket, what is he selling in his house? Till today, we don't hear about that case. Judiciary is part of our problem. When this appeal court case started, people begin to drop. Why judiciary today have their face was the man of God, a learned man is here, was the last judgment of Supreme Court, where they give right to the right.
Kano State.
Kano State and three other states. So the people now relax. If not, if you go to these judges, look how they place their children in prominent places. They are talking about central bank. Who are the children? What is the problem and people are agitating that they should not go to Lagos? Their daughters and sons of big men in Abuja, they don't want to go. But if central bank put their legs on the ground, that's the way to reduce corruption. How do you talk about a minister that one of the directors was indicted and two of them till today, nothing comes out of it? The judiciary are our problems. The situation, he knows, he may deny it. That even lawyers go to meet, we will cover you. Lawyers go to meet judges and give them look at another place. Because by the time you are not right, you will see good thing, you will face another place where they are looting the nation. How this can stop, which you have all the EFCC chairmen, they have been indicted. Today nothing comes, even the present one. So there's certain things. If a man hire a house in NNPC and fill the place with dollars and pounds, and judiciary say it's his money, it was money they spray him when his father died. You can imagine that type of thing. Till today the man is moving freely. You see governors that have finished security votes. We have them houses and taking over people's house, destroy people's houses. How? Because we want to arrest the governor.
He has immunity.
Yeah, yes.
He has immunity.
So the immunity are being used. Security vote, we cannot see, nobody is secure. Thank God that in those states when we have problem, the Obaseki came into it, but of recently, the thing is dropping.
But he has just...
no, I'm coming.
Yeah, okay.
Because people ask, this man, we have been praising you. In those states, no problem. Because that man tried. But recently now, go to Edo North. They kidnap people in Koko Edo or whatever. But now his eyes open.
Even here in Benin.
His eyes open now and started to gather the vigilante. Do you pay them as at when due? Yeah. Look at corruption. When Buhari and his team with the deputy president were sharing market money, did they give your wife?
No.
They give their party men. They don't look. You don't discuss. The politicians don't discuss Nigeria. They discuss themselves. Yeah. And look at the situation. Till today, do we know how much the salary of senator? You can't know. And that is other kill and divide. And the president is quiet. The president that will not say in the country. Like Buhari, he took over from Buhari and also behaving sick. Maybe whoever want to take over for him too. Now sick people die and they go to give. So if they are sick, they cannot actualize or tailor the country well. The subordinate ministers, director of one thing. Say director built houses. Where did they get the money from? Because you see, the bread gained by the seed, it is sweet. It later turned to gravel in their mouth. Yeah. It has turned to gravel in some people's mouth now. But let Tinubu and his team address the issue not by mouth, by action.
Thank you.
When you take action, if corruption stop, then security will reduce.
Yeah. Okay.
We are not saying we will get 100%, but it will reduce.
Okay.
Because these big men, my son now cannot carry gun. Where did he get the gun from? The cultists, the armed robbers, they got guns from their father and mother. And when there's problem, they will phone CP. That's my son. Please, how can you help us? Please, we will take care of that. That's all. But somebody now steal pepper in the market. They beat him and arrange him before police. He's at Oko.
Straight.
But somebody used his or a biro. You see that woman, she was dancing and spraying dollars on behalf of herself, while the masses are suffering. What is our president looking at? The cheapest thing that the common man use is kerosene. Nobody can buy 1,000 plus per liter. It's even more expensive than fuel, and we have leaders. So this thing cannot stop. I saw them, they stole soup from fire. Hunger can keep faith. Hunger, know how faithful you are. Yes. Hunger can keep faith. And that's why Nigeria has decided to come to carry gun. It is a PLC matter, kidnapping company of Nigeria. And that is it. Until we have focus.
Yes.
Okay, very soon, there will be election in Edo State. 2 weeks or a month to the election, they will transfer the commissioner of police, so that they can do their biddings. How long can we continue like that? And it's our fault too. There's no how men and women will not put that this CS or this
civil
society of Nigeria. They are just on paper. Why can't they gather people? Let us no gun, let us protest. We not go agree. So this no agree according to their slogan now. We not agree too for hunger. We not agree for poverty. Who is having car cannot ride this car because of where? And most of the filling station, who owns them?
Okay.
So I want to plead that one, corruption is the father of insecurity. Insecurity is the father of hunger and fear. You cannot travel if Oba, Kabesi, you call them Kabiosi, who questions you. But kidnapper question them and they cannot talk. Or it's forbidden. It's forbidden. Okay, corruption, look at corruption. Look at injustice. Look at security oppressors. IPO, you call them illegal, you are a lawyer, what do they call them?
Terrorists.
They call them terrorist group. But today they have brought out some people in Nasarawa and some other state and they give them guns and give them amnesty. They are already recruiting repentant Boko Haram and give them police and give them uniform.
Okay.
So how do you want to stop? Look at the boy that was removed from prison. They sentenced him to 3 years. A governor gave him amnesty. After 1 week, he came out to become armed robber. He continued. You see, any dog, any goat that climbed wall will continue to climb wall. He was an armed robber and he was discharged. Then the following day, he carried gun.
It's terrible.
So please, the judiciary is part of our problem.
Okay.
And thank God for the latest judgment they gave to allow some governors to do their right. If not, especially the appeal courts, it's stinking. It's stinking, you know. Okay. So I don't have apology for all of us. We saw it and know what is going on. Yeah. So if you keep quiet, my dear, if you keep quiet, our will keep quiet with us, that we will not lead to war. Because look at what happened in Abuja. Nobody is traveling. They are not traveling. They knock at their door. They break their door. They now capture father and mother and kill one of the children. It's pathetic. It's very painful. Yeah. So until we in the church, we are trying to preach righteousness. Yes. And not to also begin to give deacon, bishop to whoever bring money to the church.
Okay.
So that's
another area.
The situation where man of God will post and have five jets.
Bishop will be on trial, not judicial.
So what our rubbish is that I have 3 cars. They have 3 jets, not car. And they have big school. Good. Yeah. Thank God. But the children of their members, did they attend such school? They cannot because the school fees is high. That's part of corruption. So the way that the political will, the political will to arrest the situation will stop our crime. Everybody is crying.
Okay.
But by the time people that are crying are more, you will not eat. Like in my house, when it's 11, I off my generator because now the whole house get light. Other houses they don't have. Why do you want to put light when other people don't get out? So by 11, I off my generator.
They come for you.
That is what is happening now. Sometimes you see how they drove some governors and senators in their domain. They pursue them out. We are just beginning.
We're just starting.
That is beginning of the
Okay, thank you, Reverend Lulu. Prof, we need to provide solution. Yes, because it's we know that insecurity is a monster, but we need to provide solution. Apostle Casey talked about unemployment.
Yeah.
Do you think there are certain factors that government must quickly address to tackle insecurity?
Yes, thank you very much. Like I said, we discussed this repeatedly here. And it appears nobody in government or close to government seems to note all these points. And in your sister stations, experts have discussed, experts, not even just observers like us, security experts speaking out, they come on. So provide solutions that we cannot claim to know better than them.
Okay.
So, but are they listening? That's the problem.
Nobody's an island. What you know, they may not know.
Back to the question. You know, when Bishop comments, he pigeonholed the whole thing and now to the issue of corruption, unemployment, and of course hardship. The same point he raised. And the only point of his agreement was the focus on judiciary. I said it may not be judiciary alone.
Yes.
At times, you also look at the layers of judiciary. It's a criminal justice system. There are different layers of justice administration. But beyond that, corruption is a problem, no doubt about that. And then unemployment, hardship. Yes, hardship. It's a problem. It's a catalyst for crime. And crime is also part of
but if I may interject, like the governor of Ogun State, do you think state police might solve this problem?
That is part, it's part of it.
It's part of it. Ideally, you know, this state policing has been at the front burner for quite some time.
Yes.
And I know that with the level of administration we have now, in fact, there's a summit in Abuja on the 15th that I'll be part of. Some group of scholars have also come out to argue for state policing. And it's already part of the constitutional amendment. It's a proposal for amending the constitution to reflect that. It's just the nature of the state policing has not been agreed upon. You know, how is it going to be structured, you know, and then what kind of autonomy would they have because of fears of using them for political ends by the governor. The governors, they can also have their own abuses here and there. But even beyond that, people are saying, let us even do what is more of community policing. Okay. This is what is happening now. We have our State Vigilante group funded by the government. You travel to your Bubaka area, they have, every local government area has its own form of vigilante group. But people are saying, beyond all this talk about constitutional amendments, you know, state police, it's just a catchphrase. It's a nomenclature. Amatekun is already existing in Western states for some time now. Going to late governor. Have been there, not have their own small one. So, but first thing is fund these groups and equip them. Because like the governor mentioned, the governor of Ekiti State, I remember, because after the killing of those monarchs. Now these vigilante groups or even the state police are talking about, they have to be equipped like the kidnapper. Because even the regular police now as we speak, they're not even as armed as these kidnappers. But they have all the high-tech weapons. So that's why they can engage these policemen and security agents and overpower them. Police that carry party
at this present age of our life.
So it's not even whether you make a lot of state police. Are you willing to fund them? Are the government willing to release security votes? We have said here before on this same forum, it is high time the law is also amended. I think that is part of it. If you talk about amending laws, and I can agree with that. But if you talk about state security votes, by now it should be made to be accountable.
Okay, thank you.
You cannot hide that quantum of amount of money. You don't know how to spend. Okay. And we talk about insecurity all the time.
Okay.
So let's see how you spend it, so you can know how to fund areas for intelligence gathering, for funding, community policing, for high-tech, closed-circuit system to monitor our markets, to monitor our public areas, monitor our parks, our banks, even monitor part of the road, so that people don't get away with this crime. But once they get away, you cannot arrest, investigate and prosecute. You cannot talk about conviction. That is all the truth. Okay,
Apostle Casey, the way forward, do you think state police should be implemented immediately in all states?
At our level now,
okay,
it's going to be a timing bomb,
okay,
for anybody to approve that.
Okay.
Because let's use vigilante as an example. I can boldly tell you that 80% of our vigilante, they are not being paid. They are just doing it willingly for themselves.
We are going to investigate that.
And they are started begging money.
Yes, they put you see them
putting please, we are here.
You see them putting
there's an Arab going, and they say, please, we are here. You give them money amount, they move.
So you see our vigilantes, they are doing great job.
Yeah.
Because one thing I appreciate our vigilante, which I keep crying for the state government to please put these people on salary. In my church before, we do have people come in, break into the church, carry things and go. But there was a day I came I saw my church key was, they were trying to open it.
Yes.
I called the vigilante. What happened? Look at me. And I said, we used to see somebody here. The person used to come here. The person say, it's so and so person. I said, I know that person. Do you know we went to that place? We discovered some certain things that was stolen.
Long time ago?
Long time ago from that person. And this same vigilante, we that have church, stores, shop in our area, every month we support them. If the government can be doing this thing, you will not see them at about 10 in the night, they'll pull road block. Or you are coming and say, boss, hey, even though you are criminal, just the way he said, you want to give them because they are hungry. Nobody is paying them, they buy bullets by themselves. Yeah. Even people have started using them for burial and this for ceremony, instead of security and all that. And you can see that during election, the state government, I'm not trying to talk about this on state government now, why I'm talking about state policing. You see a state government will call these people and tell them, listen, this is what I want to. You will buy them to their side. If there is state policing with the government, because of personal greed, because we have not gotten that leader who is selflessness, that we say, no, I am coming to work for the people of Nigeria. I'm coming to work for the people of Edo State. I am not here because of myself. Let's have free and fair election. You remember we were talking about what Adams Oshomole did to the governor of Edo State when he said the governor must go so that another Israel Yamu can come in. They had issue of order. The Edo State cried and say, oh, we hate oppression. Obaseki must return. Now,
I do not be Lagos.
Yeah, yes. Now you can still see that the same thing almost wanted to happen because so I don't think we are accusing somebody. Almost wanted to happen when the government brought a successor. Why not say, concern me, I don't do my own. Everybody, you can choose who you want to rule you. You just go and bring one man nobody have ever heard about. Nobody know. You just come and say,
we are not discussing
that's their party arrangement.
No, I'm talking general. I'm not talking about Edo State.
Insecurity and police.
That is yes, coming from there. You will not bring one man that nobody knows, and when you see the people want to say no, you tell the security, anybody that make noise, put them one corner. Will the security not be listening to the government because it's the government? If you now do news now,
your team.
if you're not making news now and they now call you and say, oh, because you made that news, you're under arrest, sit down there. If you are calling Abuja, maybe somebody now come and say, no, this person is innocent. They say it's the governor that asked us to put this person here. Will the person not say, oh, Abuja is Abuja now, we could have moved this matter to Abuja so that we can have a normal ground for everybody to express themselves. But if you bring state policy, somebody is going to hijack it. We have not grown to that level. We have not grown to that level.
Implement it first.
Look, this state security.
Yes.
We have the time when we were young. We have this LA, local police.
Okay.
And they were, yes, you remember local police. Okay. They wear short.
So we're born then, no, we're not born then.
Okay, they have this short lived liquor.
Okay.
They are called local police. And they also make arrests. Already, state police is already owned by disguise. What a vigilante, what do you call them? They are state police indirectly. The national people are not recruited how many thousands. They call it Vanguard or whatever you call it. What is that? It's state police.
Even this vigilante we have now, corruption is already
because they are not
with some of them. Because I saw one who told me, he said, a get person who just arrest. The person no man settle where he settle let am go. Was he not here where Nigeria security state security our vigilante caught some policemen with Indian hand, caught them and were embarrassing them? What happened to the vigilante today? Did you hear about anything about that issue?
Okay, thank you. Let's just get the total. Closing remarks for Reverend Olu.
State police is already on.
Okay.
Indirectly.
Okay.
Because we have vigilante working for the state. And thank God for the knowledge of Obaseki at his state, who were unable to sleep. But these vigilante people, they try. They are indirectly saying that the state have accepted state police. Go to Lagos, Amotekun, they are state police in southwest. Now to the north, they are open. Their eyes are open in Nasarawa now. They have recruited thousands for their own security or something vanguard. But when you put all together, they are state police indirectly. But let there be amendment of law. We are governors. We account for security vote. That's why it's a security vote.
Yeah.
And see what will happen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Professor Joe, thank you very much, because time is not always our side. Professor Casey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's the program for this week, 60 Minutes Nigeria. We'll be looking at President Tinubu's administration's approach to tackling insecurity. But some salient points have been itemized by my guest. Some have said that state police is already in place by this guy, because when you say vigilantes, when you say security groups, you say community policing, indirectly you are talking about creation of a security outfit by a state government, you know. But they've also talked about security votes. Not so many people have the boldness to talk about that. Governors in every state should account for the security votes given to them. How, one, want to know the amount. Two, want to know how the security vote was disbursed, how the security vote was used. Communication can also help in setting agenda. That's what my guests have done. That's the program for this week, 60 Minutes Nigeria. My name is Ewo Sagbonlao. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.